Did you play any video games?
I played a shit ton of Borderlands, or at least a
Yeah.
shit ton
Okay.
for
I want to
me.
know what are your early impressions? What do you think so far?
I really like it. I was very nervous going in, picking my character. There was one like that I didn't care. I think his name is Zane. That I was just like, okay, you don't do anything for me, but the other three all do something for me.
Okay.
So it was a tough decision. So I picked. I think what's her name? It's not Maya.
Is she the one with the dope spiritual whatever
Yeah,
attack
she's got all
thing
the
and then-
arms. So I was like, all right, I feel nervous, but I think she's the one. And now that I'm playing her, she plays like the fucking Doomslayer. Like
okay.
you to increase your weapon damage, you need to be near enemies. So I'm just running into fights.
That's awesome.
Doing
Wow.
like slamming my move, which decreases my or like gives me huge resistance.
Okay.
And yeah, so just go in, start punching people in the face for like 3 times
That's dope.
weapon damage. The more like when my shield go down, then I'm just more dangerous. So
Gotcha.
it's just constantly playing more aggressive. The problem with that is I'm not like skilled enough with the guns to be effectively using it as much as like a skilled player could.
Okay. Are you using
But-
more short range or close range weapons then to counteract the fact that you have to like run up to people?
A good mix of both. Like it's sort of like I don't know. It's like you never know, you know, whether like you kind of just go with the good guns you get. And like
Gotcha.
I have this sniper rifle that like 3 shots almost everything.
Okay.
So it's like even though I'm geared to be short range, like I
You're right.
mean,
Right.
might as well. But
Does it let you kind of balance it, or you really have to, go in one direction when you have this kind of build that you're working on where you're incentivized to get closer to enemies rather
Right.
than can you kind of, choose or go back and forth, or once you kind of go one direction, you have to stay with that?
you can respec at any time. It's not even that.
Okay.
It used to be like half your money.
Gotcha.
And now, like last time I did, I had 4,000, and it was like, oh, it's gonna be $800. It's
Okay.
like, well, that's not. Just throw that in the gutter. This is poor
Yeah.
people change. I
yeah,
can't.
you're just making it rain.
All right. The one thing in the gameplay, it's way more fun. I think the enemy behavior is way more interesting. The only one like minor complaint I have so far is there's over 1 billion guns in the game, right?
Yeah,
And
I've heard that.
due to that, and they have all these different models that can mix and match and create cool looking guns.
Right.
And so sometimes like you'll see a kick-ass looking gun with shit stats, and that's because you have over 1 billion guns, so that's just gonna happen.
Okay. Now, can you take stuff out of a gun and manipulate it
No.
or modify it? I see. Okay. So you kind of have to hope you randomly get something better or
Yeah.
just kind of keep looking. Okay.
Yeah, I mean there's some set stuff, like I got this terrible RPG, or at least I've only used it against the boss. Maybe it's good, but it shoots out burgers.
I've heard of that. Yeah. I think early on they kind of showed that off. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was.
Is that like a side mission or you just kind of randomly got it?
Was it a side mission, or it may have been a main mission?
Mm.
But it was not like a hidden mission.
Gotcha.
What the fuck was the context?
How many hours do you think you're in so far?
I don't know. I don't think it shows on
Gotcha.
Epic.
Yeah. If you could like ballpark it, what do you feel like as far as the time has gone?
16, 18 maybe.
Gotcha. Okay, you're pretty far in there.
Yeah, I'm off the first planet, which
Gotcha.
is
I know you can planet jump right to multiple planets. That's cool.
yeah. That was.
Have you been to that cool sci-fi looking?
That's the second
like-
one that's the after Pandora. That's the first one you go to,
Gotcha. Nice.
and it's really cool. It's very different from Pandora, in certain ways better, in certain ways worse.
Okay.
But it's also weird because like the terrain, like they made the map 3D, and because of that, they felt the need to like I don't know make the levels more complex.
Gotcha.
So it's a bit kind of confusing. So that's another complaint is the map is inherently confusing.
See,
But-
that brings me, or that reminds me of the fact that the last one was maybe 7 years ago. So they're kind of left in that last iteration of shooters and that kind of that what we're used to movement in that time. So now, as everything has upgraded and there's vaulting and there's just a really focus on just fluid, just fast-paced movement, they have to add that in now. So do you think they're up to date enough, or because they have to kind of catch up, they're maybe like adding stuff to vertical and just kind of trying to show off like now that you can do that?
Maybe I think if the map was a little better, like maybe like exaggerate the heights on it so stuff was further away and you could see it a little bit better when you're looking at it.
Okay.
But it's really nice having more vertical maps. Levels as a whole are just cool. They're really
Gotcha.
pretty. It runs really well. And I think it gives the vehicles like they feel like they have more purpose and they're a little bit more customizable.
I forget about the vehicles. Yeah.
Yeah.
I haven't played much of Borderlands. Like I dip in, I think, to this Handsome Jack collection and the sequel years ago too. But I remember the vehicles. that was never really my thing. That's never what brought me in. But I guess I don't know if that's anyone's focus. But are you having fun while you're still driving around?
Yeah, I think that honestly, I think the shooting's better than Rage.
Gotcha. Really?
Rage
Wow.
2. So
'cause I had a lot of fun with the shooting.
in the cars.
No, I'm thinking of the first person actual shooting.
Right. I
gunplay.
think that was more fun in that, but that was more designed around not being an RPG. That's just
Okay.
like you should kill somebody with this weapon in so many shots, right? You're not
Gotcha.
really upgrading that, or maybe I don't remember that being a thing.
You might have possibly done that, but you think the gunplay or the driving combat mechanism is more fun in Borderlands 3? Is what
Yeah,
you think.
even though it's like a little bit weirder controls because it's like Halo, so you
Okay.
can either back up and shoot or you
your
can move
ass
forward
in
and
kinda
shoot.
sweeps
Yeah.
around. Yeah, okay, gotcha.
Maybe there's an option. I don't know that there's an option to do both. It'd be nice because like there's like a unicycle vehicle that's really
where it
fucking
goes
cool.
around you.
Yes,
Yeah.
it's very fun. That one's one of my favorites.
I know that was in Wolfenstein too, one of the last ones, but it's like everyone wants some kind of bike like that. But
It's
yeah.
a cool idea until you have to drive it.